blame, you mad at
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the farm, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, got the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and this is our daily live AMA, and this is a doozy today. We got a ton of guest speakers and alpha, and obviously our Detonator Defender recap, as we only have a few more hours left in our mint. So, also, as always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts with the most, Bull in LA. Bull, I don't know if you're here. I know LA is. Bull's been busy in the background too, but LA, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, really good. We've been crazy busy, and yeah, I don't think Bull has made it yet. He'll probably join us in a minute. Never a dull moment at EMP. We've been absolutely swamped. I did another 3 AMAs today, wrapping up the Detonator Defender mint, which we're going to get to all along at the end here. So, again, it's going to be a long one. Grab your popcorn, hang out, grab a beverage. Lots of info coming your way. So, we're going to kick things off with one of our most amazing partners in EMP. That is Growth DeFi, and we have Ghost here, one of the team leads over there. Not only have they been an incredible partner, but they continue to roll out actual utility and use cases for EMP and eShare. Ghost is going to tell you all about it. And if you're sleeping on Cultivator, then I don't know what to tell you, because Cultivator is literally the highest paying detonator as a service contract out there, especially at the moment. So again, not financial advice, but definitely show these guys some love, get involved in their ecosystems, and continue to support the projects that support us. So, all right, I'm going to bring Ghost on. Let me go ahead and unmute you, Ghost. Hang on 1 second. All right, brother, you should be good to go. Can you hear me? You may have to hit unmute again on your side. Nope, still can't hear you. Oh, maybe some technical difficulties. We just tested, he was on. Let's see if he can. You may have to leave and come back, Ghost. Maybe not. Oh, try it now, Ghost. See if it'll let you talk. You have to hit unmute. Ghost is ghosting us. I love it. No, no worries, man. Well, maybe we may have to bring him on in a minute when he can get it figured out. Let me try to. I'm gonna boot you, Ghost, and see if you can, or log off and log back on. All right, there you go. Try again, Ghost. Nope. nothing. All right. Well, Ghost, if you can come back on later on, we're gonna be here for a full hour at least. So try to get your mic set up, leave, and then come back, and then we can try again. LA, if you don't mind, can you try to coordinate with him through DM on getting him back on?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So, all right, sorry guys. Again, never a dull moment. Always something. Both on our live streams and we had a Twitter space today that had some technical difficulties as well. But all right, as soon as you're back, Ghost, we'll give you the floor again. The high level overview. Oh, maybe I think he might be back now. Let's try. Oh no, I lied. He left again. All right. Oh, there he is. He's back. There he
Hello.
is. Hey, go.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
brother. Oh my God, man. Sorry about that. So, yeah, bro.
I had to shut the computer all the way off.
Yeah, man. Like I said, never a dull moment. So, all right,
Yep,
bro. Well,
yep.
I'll let you have the floor again. I mean, give you a little bit of introduction. So maybe just start with what growth DeFi is, and then we have some super alpha launching tomorrow. Your new VDC. So yeah, man, we're really excited, brother. So go ahead.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for the opportunity. Growth DeFi is basically XGrow, XPerps, which is our farming token. And, you know, we like to provide a lot of different tokenomic aspects and ways for people to, you know, compound and earn income over time. Most of our platforms involve some kind of a fee to enter or leave, and you know, detonating divs and things like that. That just allow people that are more patient and who compound the most to profit the most, basically, in everything that we have set up. So one of the things that we found to be very successful is providing use cases for a lot of the tokens. So like with XPerps, our yield farm, you know, we launched, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, and, you know, it's doing pretty well for a yield farm because it hasn't just drained out. You know, it's stayed pretty consistent, you know, around this 3-cent mark for, you know, a month or two now. And that's, a lot of that is directly due to, you know, all the use cases that we're providing for the token. And every one of those use cases involves people depositing XPerps, and it can't be withdrawn usually. It provides a boost, which enables you to get more of another token, like the XGrow VDCs, that allows you to get more XGrow in relation to other people that didn't do the boost. So in the EMP eShare VDC, which is launching tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, it's not going to be any different. Well, actually it is, because it uses XGrow. I almost forgot that for a second. It uses XGrow instead of XPerps. So we're taking the same tokenomics that are working so well with XPerps, and we're going to start doing that with other tokens like Grow. So deposit your XGrow, gain a boosted position, and you'll partake in an extra 0.5% daily, basically drip pool that everyone else will not get that did not do that. So that Grow can never be withdrawn. It's essentially burnt, and, you know, provides one more layer of deflationary tokenomics to our ecosystem. So as far as the compound and volatile, they're two basically meant to be two opposing sides of the coin. One is far less aggressive with the fees, and the other side is far more aggressive with those fees. A lot of people have noted that the volatile side is actually more profitable than the compound side, just because it takes a higher fee, but it also adds a higher amount to the drip pool, which is dripped out daily. And usually there's less people involved in that side. And the ones that do, they do well. But it's been very popular, and it worked out very well for the XGrow token. So the way this works is you deposit eShares on the compound VDC side. One of the really cool aspects to this is that 1% of the eShare deposited goes to buy on PancakeSwap and buys EMP. And then it rewards that EMP to the volatile side as a bonus. So it provides constant buy pressure every time someone deposits eShare. 1% to boosted stakers, 1% instant dividends to stakers. This is a very important point right here. If you're one of the first people to deposit into either side of this, you're going to gain 1%, your share of 1% of everybody who deposits after you. So this is a platform that pays to get in early. However, it's not the end of the road if you don't get in early. Because of the revolving door tokenomics, you can get in this anytime, and as long as you're in long enough, you're going to earn your deposit withdrawal fees back, and you're going to profit. This VDC is very interesting because we're trying out something here that we haven't done in any of our previous VDCs, which is the detonating dividends. So every day, if people do not claim by a certain time, those divs go back into the pot, essentially. So for everyone else to claim. Now, people who compound get access to even more dividends than people who just claim. So if you just claim, you don't get access to the compounder's drip pool. So out of the, let's say you have 100% of the detonated divs, 45% of those detonated divs go to compounders as an extra bonus to people who compound their daily dividends. And 45% goes to, let's see here, got confused here. Yeah, 45% to the compound, 45% back into the regular drip pool. So, yeah, so they get an extra share of that 45%, and then 10% to management. 1% rehypothecation. What that means is we're going to take 1% of everything that's deposited and deposit it right back into this platform as far as eShares or the EMP side, or we can use it to farm on our farm with the EMP single stake and get more XPerps and just utilize those throughout the ecosystem. But those will be used somewhere in the ecosystem instead of us obviously selling those or anything like that. So do you guys have any specific questions about how any of this works, or?
Yeah, Ghost, I love it, man. Again, you guys have been innovating in the tokenomics or token economics of the protocol.
Yeah.
I know you take a lot of inspiration from Detonator and those, like you said, detonating divs. So yeah, man, I'm really excited for what this does. And the biggest takeaway is, like you said, this can add buying pressure onto EMP. So just like everything that you guys do, you're large bag holders here as well, and you want the success of the protocol to be number one, and that is amazing. I mean, again, we're excited. I know just like EMP, it can be a little overwhelming on the surface. I know one of our community members, David Y, did a video. As soon as this VDC is live, we'll also do a video. I'd love to have you back on in a day or two, and we'll go over everything live. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm sure you have a white paper, or what's the best way for people to kind of learn about this on their own before the launch tomorrow?
Well, they can click on documentation on the top right of the EMP VDC page, and it goes over some things there. We're probably going to add a section tomorrow, actually, about the VDC itself, because we don't have that up yet. But we'll have that up by tomorrow morning before it launches, actually.
All right. Yeah.
For people to go ahead and read.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and I know, again, you guys are super helpful in the Telegram. I'm sure they'd be willing to help kind of talk about strategies. And David's on as well. Let me actually bring him on. He may be able to give some insight into this as well. But yeah, man, I'm bullish. I know I'm going to be putting a bag in from my personal side, and it really helps the EMP ecosystem overall. So, all right, let me bring
it just provides one more use case where people just don't have to dump. They can just go ahead and take their eShare and their EMP, and they can bring it here and they can earn with it.
Yeah.
And it's not the end of the road for the token. So,
Totally.
it's a win-win.
Yeah, great point, brother. And we preach that all the time. Again, if you can turn your price appreciating assets, into more price appreciating assets, then there comes a point that you make more money by actually utilizing that than selling it. And you guys have given another amazing use case to both EMP and eShare, and allowing you to earn even more over the long run. So, David, you wanna add anything, brother? Go ahead.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm sorry. I have dogs barking in the background, so hopefully they won't act up. But I did want one thing to add, I guess, is what's unique about this VDC. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that there are two different tokens, right? Because the other VDCs just have the same token on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite a departure from our other VDCs actually, because it does have two different tokens. Most of our other ones do just have one token, except for the exception of one of our very scarcely known, which is our X1 platform that has two different kinds of tokens, but all the other ones have just one kind of token. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. eShares being the kind of on the conservatives, quote unquote conservative side, and the EMP being on the volatile side. How that kind of shakes out and what the numbers end up looking like when the smoke clears. But yeah, it's cool how they interact with the eShare buying the EMP and then sending that over, and then people receiving that on the volatile side, receiving the EMP can turn around and put that right back into the volatile side for a higher stake, for more of a stake.
Yeah, no, that's super attractive. Go ahead, David. Yeah.
No, I think one thing that would be good to talk a bit more about is the difference between, because one of the unique things about this is if, say, you don't have EMP or vShare to stake, or you don't want to stake it there, that you can establish positions here solely with escrow by boosting. And
Right.
other advantages, or just like, is it better or more of an advantage to do one or the other?
That's one of the most interesting aspects of this, is that you don't have to come with eShare or EMP to get eShare and EMP, because you can do the boost, like you just said. So if you come with escrow, you deposit that into the boost. Okay, that gets burnt. You can never withdraw the escrow. However, what that does is establishes you as a shareholder in the boost section, which pays you out 0.5% daily, an extra 0.5%. So let's say you have 100% for the drip pool for each VDC, you get another 50% of dividends on top of that to people who boost. So yeah, that's very interesting. Coming in with escrow and getting a share of both and just building that up from there is certainly a viable strategy. But what I'm going to personally be doing is a little bit of everything, because I found that really works the best. I'm going to be depositing eShare and EMP and escrow. So I'm going to kind of, try to get the best of all worlds, and obviously try to be one of the first to deposit. We don't get to deposit early into this. We get to deposit when everybody else does. So the contract has a specific launch time, and it's kind of a free for all. So you have to be fast on the trigger. Because people that do get in earliest do get their share, the highest share of the instant dividends that occur, like on day 1, day 2, when you have the most volume coming in. If you're in early, you stand a chance of literally ROIing on the first day, if you can be one of those first people in. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely, bro. And I know, again, it is a little complicated on the surface, but once you guys understand, and the same sort of mechanisms that the detonator uses, if you're familiar with that, again, a virtual deposit contract, or VDC, is what Ghost keeps saying. That's just another word for an ROI contract, or a way to yield through what we're doing. So yeah, one of the questions too, Ghost, and maybe we can wrap it up with this. And I'm happy again we can do a whole AMA tomorrow or the next day after this is launched, to really go through live. So it's a little easier for people to follow. But I guess the only risk, so to speak, is that because there is a large in and out tax, correct? So you have to be
Uh,
in to long enough for those taxes to be essentially earned back, correct? I don't know if you're going to go
yeah,
over that.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. It's got a little bit of a patience game, and what makes it interesting is that you get some people who, going from the previous history of our VDCs, they'll get in and, for whatever reason, 2 weeks later they decide, okay, I want out, and they just, they withdraw. So those kind of people, for whatever reason, cause these kind of platforms to be very, very profitable. Because you have those impatient people who just don't wait for whatever reason, or they need money, or whatever it is, and those funds go right back into the drip pool for everyone else who is willing to be there and have that staying power. And this has the added interesting point of having the detonating divs, which I think is going to be amazing for this. Because obviously, as we know, not everybody claims every day, not everybody compounds every day, and people that miss those divs, those are going to go right back into the pot and potentially make this probably the most lucrative VDC we've ever launched because of that. So it's got that extra angle. So it's going to be very interesting to see this materialize and evolve. And I think people getting in down here at the bottom of essentially the market are going to be seen as real geniuses, getting into something like this early when it was so low. And, later on, if Ethereum starts to go back up and EMP starts to repeg, obviously, which it will, you're going to be sitting pretty in a platform like this at that point, just kind of sitting back and earning, just an amazing amount of dividends. Yeah. And I do want to add one other thing before you get to that.
Bro. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
So we innovated a little bit more, and we launched something called the BDC. Okay, not VDC, but BDC, like boy. Okay, what that is a bonding deposit contract. Okay, so we just launched that the other day for XGrow, and it has 3 different essentially time periods that you can pick for a bond: 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. The idea with this, it's basically just a VDC that is a locked period of time where you can withdraw your divs. You can't withdraw until the end, essentially. It's got some different tokenomics and things like that, but the main point I want to get at is we plan on also launching this for EMP and eShare and several other tokens too, and calling that BDC as a service. So that is on the menu for after New Year's, by the way. So I just want to add that in. There's even more use case coming for EMP and eShares. So
I love it, Joes. Man, again, every time I have you guys on, I get that meme that says too bullish. Like, that's what I'm feeling, bro. Yeah, too bullish.
We never stop. We never stop. We just keep going. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Well, and again, I mean, that's why we love you guys, why it's been a very beneficial relationship, is that just like us, like, you guys are building during a bear market, and, you have some very advanced tokenomics that really incentivize, and I love how you put it, we say it a lot on our AMAs, that we transfer, the wealth from the impatient to the patient. And again,
Yep.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing, especially for those of us that are here for the long run. We're not trying to swing trade and leverage trade. We're here to build a portfolio and build passive income over the long run. So, and I guess that was one more question I had. Do these have any end date? Meaning, like, can you potentially earn from the VDC indefinitely as long as there's volume?
Right. Yes, that's correct. And the thing about it is, even if it were to slow down, let's say there was no deposits or withdrawals, you're still getting the drip pool, and people are going to, if it slows down too much, people are going to start to withdraw, and that just creates more dividends. So as the token price and everything starts going up, you're going to probably see some people withdraw and maybe sell, whatever. It just keeps the system moving round and round. And with the XPerps price being stable, that causes, more XGrow, more EMP, more MDB, to come over and be staked in the farm, and kind of the whole circle of yield situation just keeps revolving. and keeps going round and round. So
yeah, no, 100%, man. Well, and again,
but yeah,
that's at the end of the day, I mean, regardless of whether you're involved in this growth DeFi ecosystem, and Xperps and Xgrow and all those, at the end of the day, it's still an amazing use case for EMP and eShare. And again, we not only launching these NFTs, but the partnerships that we have, like everything that we
yeah,
do is in the goal of, again, making it more profitable to stake or lock up your eShare and EMP than to actually sell it. And
yep,
the more use cases that you guys build, that we build, that other platforms build, now the buying pressure is much greater than any potential selling pressure, and then we all win. So yeah, I'm excited, bro.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep,
awesome, bro.
100%. Very, very excited. Glad to be launching this tomorrow, and can't wait. It's going to be very exciting.
All right, awesome. So one more time, you said 11 a.m. Eastern is when it goes
Yeah,
live? Okay.
yeah, 1600 UTC or 11 a.m. Eastern.
All right. And
Yep,
where can
goes live.
where can they learn? I know you guys are way more active in Telegram, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Just have them pop in the Growth DeFi Telegram. They can find that on our website, app.growthdefi.com.
Perfect.
// EMP / VDC. That's what's launching tomorrow. So,
All right, awesome. And yeah, we'll post all the links in our socials as well. So, David, while you're still on, was there any questions or input you wanted to give? Again, we'll do a deep dive on all this in the next few days as well. But
No, I'm good for now. Thanks, guys.
okay.
awesome.
And then I had one more little thing
Yeah,
I want to
please,
add.
bro. Yeah, bro.
I've been noticing all the NFTs and everything you guys have been launching and minting and all that. There, we've got a developer that's very familiar with programming and developing NFT platforms. So it's not out of the question to create some sort of a VDC or virtual deposit contract that actually uses NFTs. And so that could be something down the road that we even add as an additional use case for some of the NFTs and things like that. So just want to let you know that kind of thing is on the radar too.
I
So
love it, bro. There you go.
yep.
Again,
All right.
those that come to the AMAs, they get the alpha. So yeah, man, no doubt. I know you guys have a lot coming in 2023, just like us. And yeah, I mean, if we can give even more use case to the NFTs themselves, we're all
Yeah.
for that. So yeah, man. Well,
Awesome.
again, bro, I appreciate all that you do for us. Everybody listening, please go check out their entire ecosystem. Again, Cultivator, which is their version of our Detonator as a service, is the highest paying Detonator as a service on a daily basis at the moment. So if you're sleeping on that, I don't know what to tell you, but don't sleep on it anymore. And then yeah, get involved with this other again, the virtual deposit contracts, the other use cases they offer for both EMP and eShare and Xgrow. Again, if you're earning Xgrow from the cultivator, don't sell it. Put it in their platform to earn even more. So yeah, man, we're
Yep.
excited.
Absolutely. Yep. And take your EMP and put it in the Growth DeFi farms, get Xperps, deposit that into the Xgrow staking, get Xgrow, turn around and do the whole thing all over again.
I love it,
So
man. Yes,
yeah, and
your very own infinite money loop, right? Yeah.
that's 100% right. And if we can get an Xperps BNB detonator, then that provides even more use case and upward price movement for Xperps, which keeps the farm stable, which attracts more EMP, and yeah, it's a revolving door of income from our platform to yours.
No doubt, brother. Well, and again, even more alpha. I know we have that on our radar. Again, even more partnerships as far as other detonator as a service integrations as well. So yeah, man, we have a big year ahead of us, brother, between both protocols. So
Yes, sir. Yep, let's do it.
all right, awesome guys. All right, Ghost,
All right.
always a pleasure, man. And yeah, let's plan for having you back on in a day or two, maybe early next week when this VDC is live and we can run through it on camera just to give everybody a better idea too. So.
Absolutely. Thanks, AJ.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Awesome, brother. Take it easy. So,
Yep. Bye.
yep. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Again, one of our amazing partnerships in the space, Growth DeFi. They've been around a long time. They have a lot of great developers. They have a lot of great tokenomics. Everything that you like to see in a project, and they've proven their worth to us again through supporting the protocol. You know, they want EMP to succeed, just like they want their own protocol to succeed, and those are the best partnerships because we both work with each other to maximize, that sort of a positive outcome. So yeah, really excited on that. Again, I'm sure as well, David may be doing a standalone video on the VDC once it's live tomorrow, and we'll have him back on to go over everything in person. So, all right, killer. Well, that was the first bit of news, and we're already 30 minutes in. Again, this is going to be a long AMA today. The other bit of news is our MDB partnership. So they have announced that they are retiring the Infinity token. So a lot of you have gotten into Infinity. Some of you have made, 2, 3x your money. Some of you still have Infinity. Some of you are staking Infinity. They have made the executive decision to retire that token and offer a 1-to-1 ratio based on dollar value in MDB. So right now it's about what it was the pre-sale was. So you shouldn't really be losing any value. And now you're getting it airdropped in MDB. However, you do have to take some steps. So you have to fill out a form on their Discord before Friday. So we're under a very tight deadline. Again, if you still have Infinity, you have to fill out this form. If you have Infinity staked in their staking contract, they will end up giving it to you in a new MDB staking contract, and you get to avoid all the fees. So again, we're just getting all this info in the last few hours. The best way to learn and to know what to do is to join their Discord. So look for the pinned messages in their Discord. Again, MDB, we'll put a link to all those socials on our socials. But please do that immediately so you get credit for your Infinity. Again, if you have Liquid Infinity, you will get Liquid MDB airdrop to you after you fill out the form. On Friday, it will happen, but you have to have the form done before Friday. And if you have staked Infinity, you will get a new version of staked MDB in a new staking pool that they have, and you avoid all the taxes associated with that. So it should be a win-win. Again, we never like to see people lose out, but again, MDB delivers because they're honoring almost exactly 1-to-1 at what Infinity was purchased at. And if you bought Infinity after the fact, you may be down a little bit, but it was, in it's what's best for the protocol. So this should also help give some more value to MDB itself. And now all the buying and selling volume is centralized into one token rather than two. So the volume should also help in the long run. So again, just want to make sure everybody's aware of that so you don't miss out. Again, join the MDB Discord for more info, and make sure you do it ASAP so you don't get forgotten or left out of that migration. So, LA, does that help? Or I don't know if you want me to clarify on that. We're getting to last minute info, so we can do another post in the socials as well.
For sure. And we're definitely going to do that in written form because I think that'll be really important.
Yep, we'll copy and paste it from their official announcement. And yeah, please feel free to ask any of our admins as well. I know a lot are involved in MDB and can do what they can to help. So, all right, that was another bit of news that we had to go over. All right, I think we can get into Detonator Defenders now. Hang on one second. Let me pull up my notes. All right, so yes, again, we are in the final hours of our Detonator Defender pre-sale. Really mint, it's not a pre-sale. It is the actual mint. So we're really excited about that. We sold just over 1/3 of the total supply. We've had another good bit of volume in the last few hours, just finishing up other AMAs. Again, I did 3 other AMAs today. We're getting a lot more interest. And again, no need to wait till the very last minute. Get them while you can, because there could be potential that we burn a lot of the supply as well. So let me just go back over a little bit more what the Detonator Defender is, and then we'll talk about how you can utilize them as well. So it really is the #1 way to get involved in Detonator with completely passively. So the value is that you don't have to compound or claim every day, that those funds are not only applied to Detonator in the most efficient way possible, meaning a higher yield for all of you, but it's also amazingly beneficial to the contract overall and all of us that are already in Detonator. So it's a win-win, and even if you already have a position in Detonator, I know a lot of you are getting these defenders to help bolster your reward. So an example of that is a few things. So because you're getting rewarded in EMP ETH LP daily from the NFTs, you can then use those rewards to even further your earning potential in the protocol. So some examples of that would be you can take the EMP ETH LP that you earn from the NFT, you put it in the farm, and now you're able to earn eShare from the earnings that you've already had. So you're earning on top of earning. Another way is to deposit them into the Magic Auto Vault. Again, we don't talk about this enough. The Magic Auto Vault is very powerful, and that's what makes EMP actually deflationary when we're below peg, because a portion of that auto vault buys and burns EMP every single day. So when we're below peg, there is no inflation, and EMP is actually deflationary, which again we don't talk about enough, but we will be moving into the new year. So you can put it in the auto vault, and then that will automatically sell your eShare rewards for more EMP ETH LP. So that's a great way again to passively earn on top of earn and earn more ETH, because it turns again half of that eShare profit into more Ethereum in your EMP ETH LP. And then finally, what I'm going to do is use the Detonator Defender LP that I'm earning to go back into Detonator on my own and basically generate free tickets every single day, as well as bolstering my principal in the contract. So not only are you earning more tickets, which could then lead to winning a lottery, but you're also again increasing your deposits or principal in the detonator, which in theory will also increase your daily burst every day as well. Because compounding more than claiming is a great way to maintain your daily burst, but the real way to increase your daily burst is by adding new capital as well. So it's a win-win no matter how you look at it. There's multiple ways to earn on top of earn with these NFTs, and this is it. This is the last chance. After tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, when the mint is over, there will be no more NFT opportunities. You'll have to buy them from the secondary market. And we don't envision releasing any additional NFTs for at least 6 months, if not ever. Again, if we don't have a demand, then whatever NFTs are out there is what people will have to accumulate. So, and the treasury as well is always buying the floor on these NFTs. So there is a situation where there may not be many NFTs available in the very near future. So hopefully that gives everybody an idea. LA, before I go into anything further, anything you want to add to that?
I'm having a bite to eat for dinner, so I'm gonna let you keep going.
All right, no worries. Hang on one second. Let me scroll. All right, so again, if we don't sell out of the NFTs, which may or may not happen, we'll just have to see. Again, we have about 12 hours left, roughly. Whatever is not minted will be burned. So there is a situation where not only are there going to be less in circulation, but it will also be that much harder to get a complete set of these NFTs. So I know a lot of you in VIP and in the public pre-sale went in for those full 11, which is all guaranteed, the only guaranteed way to get one of each of the artworks to have a complete set of these detonator defenders. And if we end up burning these at the end, uh, that could potentially make some of those extremely rare, which again will lead to a lot more value on the secondary market for those that didn't get the full set. And there could potentially be a case where there is a certain, NFT that is either rare or people don't sell it, and now it's impossible to get a full set unless you've ordered them in the pre-sale. So a lot of game theory at play, a lot of, again, economic incentive, and those full sets will have some perks associated with them down the road as well. So exciting stuff. We'll see what happens, and who knows, we may see some whales try to get in at the very end, and we end up minting out anyway. But either way, it's a lot of positive momentum for the protocol. So, all right, I think I went over that. If you wait till the last minute to buy, there again could also be a situation where, like I just mentioned, maybe there are some larger investors that are waiting to get some, and so by waiting, you could, potentially miss out if you were trying to get some in the last, few hours or few minutes. So, just again, if you want them, get them now, because there may be an opportunity that there are no more available. All right. I think that pretty much goes over most of it. Hang on one second. All right. So yeah, not again, not financial advice. But there also could be an amazing arbitrage opportunity, especially if we do end up burning some of these NFTs. Um, you may be able to actually profit from just selling the NFT on the secondary market. So there's 10 different ways to earn in the ecosystem, but that doesn't include the secondary markets as well. So again, not financial advice, but maybe you just want to grab a few so that if there is that high demand on the secondary market, you could potentially arbitrage that. And if you get a really rare NFT, that may command a higher price as well. So we're not revealing the artwork until the mint is over. We're doing that on purpose, again, to avoid anybody trying to mint a whole set out of luck or timing, you know, the minting. Again, it's all random anyway, so it'd be really hard to do that. But you will not know what NFTs you get until after the mint, and that was done on purpose to, again, encourage the pre-sales of getting the whole set guaranteed, and to help the volume on the secondary market for those that want to try to get all one of each. You'll only be able to after the mint is over. So, all right. Again, this will be the last NFT that we launch. I know a lot of you have been poking fun at us about how many NFTs we've launched in a matter of a month and a half. Um, I understand it's a lot. I understand it can be overwhelming. I understand, a lot of you may be tapped out as far as fresh capital and going into the holidays. But this is what this is it. I mean, after this NFT, there is no more opportunity other than buying them on the secondary market, and it could potentially be much more expensive doing it that way. So, and all these NFTs directly benefit our ecosystem. So, it is a win-win for everybody, and this is a very efficient way of applying capital to our ecosystem without having to worry about the human error or the inefficiencies of not being able to compound every day. So it really is a win-win for everybody. All right, about 12 hours left. That is the final call. So man, we wrapped that up pretty fast. I thought it would take a while.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take more questions from any of you. And LA, I know you have a little more alpha at the end. I think we have another giveaway, but
Hmm.
go ahead, LA. Are you done having a bite
Yeah.
to eat for a second? If you want to fill in any
Yeah, I'm
gaps.
halfway done,
All
but
right,
I'll
yeah.
I'll, I'll say a few things.
All right, go ahead. Yeah,
um, yeah, just I don't know why it is, but I mean, I'm guilty of this too. For some reason, as humans, we are all guilty of waiting till the last minute to get involved in things. A lot of the time, I sold coaching programs for years and years, and I can't tell you, 98% of the sales would all come in at the last 2 hours of the sale. And it would be 2 weeks long. And then all of a sudden it would sell out every single time because of those final 2 hours, that final day. And I don't know what it is, but as humans, we just have this tendency to wait until an opportunity is nearly gone before we take someone up on it. But the thing is, every single time we have anything new in this ecosystem that has a time frame on it, the next day or the next few days, we're fielding comments in the group saying, "Oh, I wish we had some more advance notice about this. I missed out. I missed out. I wish I had longer to decide. I took too long to decide. I missed out." So this is kind of a call to action now. Don't wait. Don't let your kind of unconscious mind make you wait till the last second, because then you could be one of those people saying, oh, I missed out. So
totally.
I just wanted to share my 2 cents because I'm your life coach of the day.
Yes, exactly.
But
No, it's true, LA. And I think, again, we are used to that procrastination. But even if you're not happy with the yield, or maybe you need some money and you don't anticipate, a bill coming up, the secondary market should be very liquid. I mean, the Sentinel squadrons, as a great example, we're a month and a half in almost, and we've had over $200,000 of volume, and we're still within about $10 of the floor price, or the mint price rather. So again, I don't want there to be buyer's remorse. The yield should be extremely good, especially when you factor in the convenience. And yeah, we're undoubtedly gonna get people that say, hey, I didn't have enough time, when we've literally been promoting these for, the last 2 weeks, between Power Up and these, so yeah, and then the only way to get one is the secondary market. So, just be aware of all that. And yeah, we're excited. Go ahead, LA. Was there more?
yeah, so I forgot to say this last night, but I announced it a couple nights ago, and I just want to make sure everyone knows we do have our merch store relaunching before the end of the year. And we do have an exclusive line coming out, which is going to be the first line of the brand new store. And it's going to be the Detonator Defenders line, featuring all of the designs from the Detonator Defenders. And this first line, there will be additional lines in the new year featuring, our logos and some of the more standard designs. But this very first line, the Detonator Defenders, will only be available to those of you who purchased either in the pre-sale or during the mint. And so it will be an exclusive line, and there will be there's 2 designs available to exclusively those who purchased in the pre-sale, and then all 11 designs from the 11 NFTs will be available to everyone who purchased in either the pre-sale or the mint. And so I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I'll be working on it and getting all the details finished up as soon as we finish the craziness of this mint. But I'm really excited. Vino says he's super excited to buy a baguette shirt from the merch store.
Yes, I love it.
I've heard a few people say they're excited for the sniper dog and the stinky bean. I'm personally excited to have my cowgirl on a hoodie. But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. I'm going to work on getting it out before the end of the year. And you'll be able to purchase with crypto, which is awesome. So the winner of the day, we're going to finish up our NFT winners over the next 2 days. And so we have a winner for today, unless we have any other questions that we want to answer first.
Yeah, I think Vino actually was on. Vino, you there, bro? You want to add something? You can speak, man.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions if we got time.
Yeah, totally, brother. How are you, bro? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm doing well. It's pretty busy with holiday coming up, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and shout out to Vino and David Y and Addicts got some titles today. So you may see new titles for them. Vino's been really putting in the work, as well as David and a few others that we have on our radar. So shout out to you, bro. Thanks for all your help in getting this mint out to everybody and getting it as successful as possible. So yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, that's I'm here to support the community and everybody involved. So it's a no harm, no foul kind of thing for me. I'm just here doing my own thing, but I do appreciate it, and I'm happy to help out the community. The first question that I had was in regards to the set of Detonator Defenders, and I was going to ask this about the Sentinel Squadron Legendaries. The benefits that you get to hold the 11 set is early access, to my knowledge, to certain things. Do you have to have that set of 11 purchased through pre-sale, or can I buy those on the secondary market to create a set of 11 to get those rewards or those perks?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Great question. So, again, we'll have a lot more info in exact detail on this, but the overall theme is that a VIP is always going to be first priority. So, if you're in VIP, you guys are the cream of the crop, the best of the best. Again, the VIP is not necessarily determined based on the amount that you hold. So we're not, it's not a whales club where we're, giving an additional advantage to large holders. It's holders that support the ecosystem. So every 2 or 3 months, we open up a VIP submission. We're getting really close on our next one. Again, Charlie and a few of the other big brain MFers help us do all that with some on-chain analysis. But we will be opening up VIP again, and that is the true early access to everybody. And then the second round of early access is, like you said, the legendary holders of the Sentinel Squadron and anybody that has a set. So you would be able to qualify if you bought a set on the secondary market. Again, you'd have to have one of each. But as I said earlier, it may be very, very difficult to do that, or you're paying a premium of more than what you use to get your guaranteed set moving forward. And so you would be next in line as far as early access, and then after that, it would open up to the public. So, and a great example of these is our Detonator as a Service partners. We usually do a tiered rollout with that, meaning we let VIP get early access, then these NFT holders would get the next round of access, and then it would be open up to the public. And, we do that for many reasons. One, it's, a great reward for those that have that early access. But number two, it's actually really beneficial for the contract itself, because typically these VIP members, and those that have, a better knowledge of the way things work, they are actually able to help us control the floor of these contracts. Meaning, they know that it's more beneficial to compound more than claim. They treat the protocol with respect. They're not trying to get in and drain everything. So we've had major success with that, with our first two partners, again, Splinterlands and Xgrow with Growth DeFi, who we just had on at the early part of the AMA. So yeah, does that help answer, Vino?
Yeah, it absolutely does. VIP gets priority, not in a negative way, of course.
For
And
sure.
then from there, you just need to hold the full set, whether that's purchased through public presale or through an F trade. So,
Totally. And we
and
will,
and
yeah,
thank you for the clarification as well.
yeah, no doubt, bro. And we will have like when we do are ready for that sort of a launch, we'll have you submit your wallet address through a form, and as long as that wallet holds, the set, you have to hold the set both to qualify, and you have to hold the set during the actual, pre-sale or whatever it might be, because that might be another reason too. Not only the detonator as a service, but we get approached a lot. Um, Through our partner protocols and even outside protocols that we're able to do due diligence on of offering pre-sale opportunities to our community. Again, Infinity is a perfect example of that. The Infinity was opened up to a lot of our VIP members, and had we had the Sentinel Squadron legendaries or this full set of the Defenders, all of you would have also had an opportunity to get into that pre-sale. So, and again, I mean, these are just two examples. As we move forward, we'll have a lot more utility that again we can offer, that early opportunity to the NFT holders. And we didn't want to be unfair, by offering a higher yield or something that could potentially negatively impact the NFT holders that don't have the whole set. So it would be purely a added utility, not necessarily, an added monetary benefit.
Awesome. Okay, I see Kirk has his hand up, so I'm going to make this next question relatively quick. Um,
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
the the contract controlling the 5 wallets that are going to be used for the detonator defender raise, um, is that immutable, or is that kind of like a proxy contract where if the contract controls X% of the detonator contract, the number of wallets, meaning the chance of winning the random lottery, consolidates down to maybe 4 wallets or 3 wallets, or is that going to be a permanent 5 wallet structure, having 250 tickets to win the random lottery?
Yeah, great question, Vino. So again, we are anticipating that we're going to finish really strong and have enough capital raised from the NFTs to represent those full 5 wallets. And Jake is looking into it now, where we may be able to do it as a proxy contract anyway, which means we can essentially, apply those tickets without having to be 5 individual wallets. It's just going to depend on what the code will allow. And once that decision is made, we'll be making that public as well. So again, there's no negative benefit. Obviously, because we are the largest good actor in the protocol, meaning we compound more than we claim. Even if we're not able to do 5 separate wallets, we may be able to still apply those 250 tickets per day, so that we can maximize the yield. And it also helps, the detonator overall because, because we're compounding more than claiming, that actually those lottery rewards actually help bolster the pool balance. So again, everybody says, why is my daily burst going down? Well, these are the things that will help daily burst not go down, even with, less volume. So it is a win-win, and we're still, again, Jake, we had to get through the mint first, and he's going to do a deep dive into the actual smart contracts that will apply the funds. And Detonator is very complicated, so it's a lot of code that interacts with each other, and we got to make sure we do a bunch of testnet, verifications, making sure that everything is being utilized as intended. And once all that is live, we will definitely clarify all of you on what is actually happening. But no matter what, they are again smart contracts that are trustless and based on the actual code itself. So does that help, Vino? I wish I could be a little more specific, but we just got to wait until after the mint.
Yeah, no, that does help. I kind of figured that was the case. My only concern was the higher chance of the random lottery being drawn for one of those 5 wallets, but really it just sounds like it's actually a best case scenario, because then those wallets they help maintain the sustainability of the detonator contract. So
Totally.
I think you covered everything there, and I'm going to yield to Kirk.
All right, awesome, brother. Yep, and I think you get it, man. I know on the surface it sounds a little unfair that we are giving all these tickets to the NFT pool, so to speak. But really, when you think about it, again, because we're compounding more than claiming, even if the NFT pool does have a little bit more of an advantage on winning the lottery, that will help bolster Detonator overall, which again, all of us want. I mean, the number one criticism is that daily burst going down. So hopefully this will help, again, either slow daily burst going down or even increase daily burst because those rewards are staying in the protocol and being applied to, again, the good actors instead of those that are, claiming more than they compound. So, all right, awesome. Kirk, how are you, brother? Go ahead, man.
Season's greetings to
Yes.
everyone.
Yes, you
Uh,
too, brother. Happy holidays. Again, we're in the holiday spirit, brother, for sure.
that's right. That's right. Crazy, crazy time. Hey man, I will try to make this quick, but I've got a couple. I actually have a couple of questions. I do want to say really quick though, just so people know to self congratulate a little bit in terms of we getting people over to the academy. We just crossed the 1,200 mark in members in the academy, and we
Amazing,
are
man.
getting
Yeah, those are great
and
stats. I know we've been trying
yeah,
to push everybody to the academy with all these AMAs. I know a lot of people want to learn. So, yeah, go ahead, Kirk.
yeah,
I love it, man.
yeah. So anyway, that's just a little note since I haven't checked in with everybody on that number for a while. So we're at 1,200 even right now. So that's great. So anyway, I had 2 questions for you. The first is on the topic of the day, which is the NFTs. My question is, if in fact we don't end up minting out on defenders, and a substantial number of them, whatever that means, are burned. Now, obviously, that means we didn't take in as much money, which won't go into the detonator. But my question is, how does that affect, or does it affect, the returns that those of us who did buy them get?
Yes, great question. So we purposely designed this to be, non-reliant on the amount of money collected. So the only potential downside of not getting to the full mint is that that's less capital going into Detonator, which again, all of you that are already in Detonator are not going to experience the, as big of a daily burst increase or pool balance increase as we would have liked to have seen. So that's really the only negative. Um, but any new volume in Detonator is good volume. So again, we have to count our positives no matter how you look at it. And again, to clarify, no, because the money has to come from somewhere. Whether if the mint ended right now or again, if we're able to raise even more, it really is just based on the yield that's already in Detonator. So again, the only benefit would be the added pool share and added volume in Detonator. And again, there may be, a 1, 2, 3% bonus on the more funds that we were able to raise, but nothing uh, majorly, to be concerned about. So does that answer, Kirk?
Yeah, that was my assumption, but then every time I assume something,
Yeah,
you
you know
know
what
how
that
that
does.
thing
Exactly, that thing. Yes, totally.
so so I just thought I'd get it from you. So that okay, great, thank you. And then the second question actually kind of goes back to the old days. We've been talking a lot about NFTs and doing a lot of crazy stuff, and I was curious to ask you directly. I've been watching the state of things, and right now, according to my dashboard, Ethereum is about $1,306 and EMP is 14 cents. Now, I can remember, I don't have the exact numbers, but I can remember there was a time when uh, Ethereum was about this and EMP was worth more than 14 cents. Now we are at 0.4331 in peg. So I'm interpreting this as since we're basically 50+% off peg, then does this mean that EMP relative to Ethereum is performing at about half the rate that it quote unquote should? And if I'm interpreting that right, can you talk a little bit about what's coming without being specific? I know you don't want to give away a million things, but to sort of move the needle on that.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, yes, your assumption is correct. I mean, the ratio is dependent on peg. So, I'm assuming when you remember EMP and being higher than 14 cents, even when Ethereum is the same price, that's because we were at maybe, zero point 0.7 peg or zero point 0.8 peg. So, yeah, I mean, that is definitely what's happening. But that being said, you use the word performance or yield. I wouldn't really put it in that term because the price of EMP doesn't really produce a performance or yield. The yield comes from E-share, so we really want a healthy E-share price. And again, that being down right now is what is giving us a reduced APR. But to your point, you know, that peg will be recovered, and it's something that we've talked about on many AMAs. About what's going to move the needle. Well, there will come a point to where not only are we reducing selling pressure on EMP, again through these NFTs, through other use cases. Growth DeFi was a perfect example of that. Even more utility on EMP, so where people can actually earn more from their EMP than selling it, and that is the ultimate goal, and that is what will move the needle in 2023. Is that we have everything in place that makes it more profitable to hold EMP than to sell it. And honestly, anybody selling EMP right now, it's just it blows my mind because for the same reason you just said, Kirk, we are at that all-time low ratio. So, I don't know why you would be selling EMP at 14 cents. But again, this is DeFi. Everybody's entitled to their own actions, and we have to get rid of the people that continue to dump. But eventually we'll hit a floor, and I know that we keep saying that, and obviously we wish that things would happen faster. Again, I mean, I want nothing more than to recover peg. Um, but we're not reliant on that because, any yield right now is incredible while other DeFi protocols are literally dying. We're still maintaining and producing yield day after day after day. So it is a long game, and we will get to a point where the buying pressure on EMP is more than the selling pressure. And once that happens, then that ratio of EMP to ETH we'll get more towards that 1-to-1 peg, and then not only is the value of EMP higher, but now again because of that threat of the boardroom printing, that gives a massive value to eShare. So we just got to get through it. We do have a lot of plans coming in 2023. Again, not only through um, yielding, meaning again revenue streams that will add more buying pressure on EMP, but also to my point of making it more profitable to hold EMP than to sell it. So we have a really big year ahead of us. Again, I know that some people get frustrated with how long it's taken, but we're in the middle of one of the worst bear markets in crypto history, and we could never have predicted, the FTX nightmare or, the bottom dropping out again and again and again. But we're still hanging in there. We still have a lot of liquidity. We still have a very healthy treasury. We have a killer team. We have an amazing community. I mean, everything is looking up for EMP. We just have to be patient. So hopefully that helps explain.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for going into that. And I would say that, I totally agree about the EMP thing. I actually, for the first time in a long time, I bought a node today.
There you go. I love it, man. That's bullish.
I was like, I bought a mega, and I'm like, oh man, it feels like old home week. I'm just
Yeah.
buying all these exotic NFTs. I just get back to basics and buy a node.
I love it. No, I love it, Kurt, and that's really smart, man. Again, not financial advice, but those of you that know how to utilize nodes to build their position, not financial advice, but that now is when everybody forgets about something or it gets ignored. Now would be a great time to maybe go into that. I know a lot of people have been talking about bonds, nodes. Again, both of those are killer.
Yeah.
For where we are.
Especially if you're in this like I am for the long-term passive income.
Totally.
Because I mean, I believe I have hundreds of thousands of EMP in nodes. But am I going to get it tomorrow? No, but I don't need it tomorrow. But a year from now, I might. So anyway, I think it's great. And then one other quick thing, if you'll indulge me for a second. I just wanted to say to everybody listening on YouTube and here, I said this in an AMA outside of EMP the other day, and I want to say it again here real quick. And that is, we need to really, I think we all are, but we need to really appreciate, AJ, you were just talking about the team and yourself and everybody here that's working very hard. And that is very true. And my main investment is in EMP, but I play around in other things like every one of us does. And it never ceases to amaze me how shitty everything else is, related to anything. And people changing the rules of the game midstream, all kinds of nonsense. And you just don't see that here. This is, as far as I'm concerned, and whatever I've seen out there, the Cadillac, the premier DeFi protocol, bar none. And I just want everybody that may be a little newer to, like I was at one point, to realize that. And, it's very difficult, obviously, to put your money and your trust into somebody you've never met in person. And, that's one of the scariest parts of DeFi, right? But no one can make a guarantee and you have to push the buttons, but the people that are running this protocol have your best interests at heart and will do everything they possibly can to see this thing and you succeed. So yeah, hang in there. We are in a terrible place in so many ways in this world, but we're still plugging away here and with a pretty good attitude, I think, overall. And I just wish everybody, happy holidays, season's greetings, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you do. And thanks. I'll get off now.
Yeah, no, Kirk, that was amazing, brother, and I appreciate your support. And again, hard work from you as well. I know not only with the Academy, but and maybe I'll drop a little bit of alpha. We may have some more added utility to the Academy in the next few days with the website, maybe a calculator on the way. I don't know if you want to tease that a little bit, but yeah, I know we're still working on the math, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're still working on the math and still trying to get everybody's buy-in on it. So I'm not so let's hold off on that and
All right,
and,
awesome. Yeah,
and
yeah.
see where we go from there.
All
But
right,
hopefully
brother.
so.
Yeah, no doubt. Well,
Okay.
my point is Kirk is always coming up with added utility and trackers. Again, for those of you that want to know, what snipers are taking the largest deposits every day, there's a lot of analytics over on the standalone Academy page. So, yeah, make sure you guys visit
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. We get a ton of traffic on the Snipe page in particular over on the website. Everybody seems to really love to be able to see that and at a glance and even be able to download it and do your own analysis or whatever. So yeah, that's been really popular.
Yep, 100%. All right, awesome, brother. So, all right, always happy to have you and Vino and everybody else. Anybody else have any last minute questions? I'm happy to take some more time today to get everybody's questions answered as we move into the final hours of the Detonator Defender. And really, the end of the year. This is going to be, we're moving into our end of the year wrap up. Everything that we do here, we never sleep at EMP, that's for sure. And again, shout out to you, Kirk, for all your praises. I mean, it's one thing for me or another team member to say those things, but it comes from even more of a place of you that are in other protocols. And again, I mean, I'm in those protocols too, and I want to be able to run EMP as if I would want a protocol to be ran, and that's kind of where we come from. Again, with these daily AMAs, the never die and never quit attitude. And yeah, I hope that a lot of you really feel that same way as we continue to build and move forward. So I know it's a lot. Again, I know a lot of you are overwhelmed. A lot of you are tapped out. A lot of you don't have a lot of dry powder left. But just realize we had to get all these NFTs out and in the wild by the end of the year so that we can focus 100% on the final form of EMP and something truly revolutionary that we're building on top of a seigniorage protocol in 2023. So I've been teasing it over the last many AMAs, and again, I hope that we have a little more concrete timeline come the new year. We're working on a white paper. It's literally a 40-page document that we'll condense it for the white paper for sure. But there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces. But it will, it'll solve literally all the potential inflation issues, the bad actors that just want to, rad peg up and then dump EMP. Like literally every pain point of the protocol will be solved 100% with this new rollout. So we have a huge, huge year ahead of us. All of you that are here now and accumulating, again, not financial advice, but should see some amazing results, over the next few months, and we just got to get through it all. So, again, a lot coming. So, all right, I think that's it. I don't see
We
any.
have a few
Yeah.
questions on
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
if
Go ahead.
you're
Yeah, like
up for
perfect.
them.
Yeah, can you read them to
Awesome.
me? Because I'm doing like 10
Yep.
things at once. All right. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
So Dave wants to know, is EMP still doing the 2 DOS on Avalanche?
Yes, so we have 4 projects in the pipeline. One of them is actually migrating to BSC, so that will be one less on Avalanche, but one more on BSC. So that was a little bit of a development change. But yeah, there is one in particular. I have a phone call tomorrow actually with that protocol. So yeah, all the detonators of service are still in the pipeline, and that's another thing. We want to get these NFTs done so that we can start rolling out all these additional detonators as a service and continue getting revenue from them. So yeah, that the final form and detonator as a service will be the two priorities in the first 6 months of 2023.
Awesome. I think you already went over this a bit, but how does EMP go up?
Yeah, so again, the misconception is that it's 100% reliant on Ethereum, and although that helps, I mean, if ETH goes up, it will automatically drag EMP with it because of our deep liquidity pair and pool. Again, $6 million of liquidity backing EMP with actual Ethereum. But the number one thing is buying and selling volume. So I saw another question, that was, how does EMP, recover? How do we get back to peg if everybody's selling? Well, that's the point, that the selling eventually will and has to stop just based on supply and demand. When we are below peg, there is no new EMP being emitted in the protocol. In fact, it's deflationary because of our burn mechanisms through our auto vaults and the treasury, always, trying to buy and burn EMP as well. So there comes a point where there is no more EMP left to be sold, other than those that are diamond handers, or with these other use cases that we're rolling out, that all this EMP gets locked up. And so not only does that mitigate the selling pressure, but then through our revenue streams, we're able to buy more, or have more buying and burning pressure than selling pressure. And again, it could happen overnight. It could take a week. It could take another month. It could take another few months. But there will be a point where that selling pressure subsides, the buying pressure takes over, and then it's a gradual increase on peg until we are able to not only recover peg but maintain peg. And we've done it before. We'll do it again. If we didn't have a fat treasury, or $6 million of liquidity, I would be a hell of a lot more nervous in everything I'm saying. But we've delivered on everything that we have ever talked about and put forth, and we don't see any reason why we can't um, do that. And so, yeah, the last comment was, if Binance goes away. Well, yeah, if Binance goes away, we have a lot more problems than EMP being a peg. So again, it's all relative. I think there's a lot of FUD out there right now about crypto overall, and I think that we just gotta just take a step back and remember why we're all here. Don't be over invested in crypto, and just ride the storm and come out on the other side. I mean, again, I've been through this three bear cycles now, and every single bear cycle, it's the same FUD. Binance FUD, Tether FUD, China bans Bitcoin. I've seen it again and again and again and again, and it's all completely, you know, cyclical. Meaning, after people turn around, we see everybody wanting to get back into crypto again, and that's when we all are gonna win. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. Uh, was that it, LA? Any more?
And it's important to remember, because we get a lot of questions about just comparing EMP alone and where we're at with peg, but it's so important to remember that EMP is not immune to what's going on in the overall market. If we
100%.
were, we'd be killing it 100% of the time, because we have such an incredible educated community, but we're not immune to what's going on in the rest of the market. But if you compare us to what's going on in the rest of DeFi, we are 100% one of the top dogs. We're doing the best, we're one of the few projects that's doing the best right now. So that's because we continue to grow and put in the effort to continue to grow, not just to survive, but to grow, regardless of what's going on in the market right now.
Yep, could not agree more, LA. Totally. And again, we've learned from those mistakes, that the other protocols have not implemented. Kirk said it perfectly earlier. All these other protocols, they either give up completely, they don't put in the effort to try to save their platform, they don't pivot when they should be pivoting, or should have pivoted months ago and they didn't, and they change the rules on everybody. We have done none of that. Yeah, do we bring on pools and then discontinue pools? Absolutely. But have we ever done anything that, takes money out of people's pockets or, is a negative detriment to the overall, platform? No. I mean, we delivered on everything. We've never had an exploit. We've had 100% uptime. I mean, we're killing it on literally every metric you possibly can measure. And yeah, our APR's down right now. Absolutely. And so that is the way our system and our economic model protects itself. So, you know, uh, again, like Ella said, we're not immune to any of this. And if anything, it's a feather in our cap that we've been able to survive even with the 90% downturn in the market. And, relatively speaking, we are doing extremely well under the circumstances.
So we have one more exciting question from My Journey. When will the NFT designs be revealed?
Yes, so we will be revealing all the NFT designs after the mint. So hopefully within an hour or two of the mint ending tomorrow. Again, it's just going to depend on how fast we can upload to the IFPS server. So yeah, and again, that will be based on a complete random algorithm that assigns the artwork to each NFT ID. So we have no control over that. We upload them all, and then they get randomly assigned, unless you bought the actual set. So again, the first oh man, I don't know how many it was. Like say the first three, I don't know, 900 NFTs, I guess, just as a round number. Those will all be allocated to getting again one of each piece of artwork to guarantee that the people in the pre-sale got one of each piece of artwork. But after that, it will be random and again, just based on the upload time. So, and we did that on purpose to, make sure that if you were trying to get a full set, that you would have to buy it on the secondary market. And that's even more of a reason you may want to mint a few extra defenders if you are trying to get some of your favorite artwork, because it could potentially be less expensive to mint those than to buy them. So, and again, not financial advice. The floor price may, go down after the mint. We can't predict the future, but based on Sentinel Squadron, we expect very similar results.
So 12 hours left.
Yes, LA. One more final FOMO hype announcement. Again, get them while you can. This could be the last opportunity. We are not going to extend the mint. I know that we extended the mint on the Power Up NFTs, but that was an open mint anyway, meaning there was no total cap on how many we were going to mint, and we had to do that because a lot of our high-end coverage and articles and YouTube videos were delayed and were not out yet. But we will not be extending the mint after the 48 hours. Again, 12 hours from now, that is it, 100%. So get them while they're hot. So, all right, I actually have another meeting in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Ellie, was there any other last minute questions?
I think that's it. We
All
got
right.
to do our winner, though. Don't let me forget that. We got to do our winner.
All right, yep, no doubt. So, are you
I got
ready,
it
or you need
ready
me to
for us.
fill some
Yeah.
time? All right, then let's
No, I
do
got
it.
it ready.
All right, go ahead. Ready when you are.
So our winner is 706E6. 706E6. And just a reminder, tomorrow is the final night. So hopefully I'm crossing my fingers for you last two winners. Tonight's is 706E6. And there'll be one more tomorrow.
All right, there you go. Amazing stuff. So yeah, and one little bit of last minute alpha here. I keep forgetting to bring this up. But the meeting I have in about 10 minutes is with our hedge fund. So I know I've said this, and they gave me permission to say this publicly in our last meeting. but I've mentioned it a few times that we do have an amazing relationship with a crypto hedge fund that absolutely loves us and EMP, and they have built massive bags here at EMP. They provided amazing yield for their clients, and we may end up having them on one of the AMAs in a few weeks in the new year, just so you can get some insight from them. Again, I'm a big fan of following smart money, and smart money follows smart money. And these guys, they have multi-million dollars under management, and EMP is one of their most lucrative positions in all of DeFi. So again, we are building relationships inside and outside of crypto. We again support those relationships, and but by doing so, they support us. And growth is another perfect example of who we had on earlier. They want EMP to win. We want growth, DeFi to win. And by continuing to build these relationships over the long run, that is what helps us sustain. And so, again, I just want to bring that up really fast because I know I've mentioned it in the past, and people probably think, yeah, every crypto project says they have hedge funds involved, but they have agreed. And again, they're not going to dox themselves probably. Maybe they will. I don't know. But we'll have them on in a future AMA, and hopefully that can give you some insight as to what the smart money is doing in DeFi. So, all right. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, much love to all of you. Uh, as you can probably hear, my little girl is crying again. Not much sleep around here, but it's all been amazing, and thank you all for the well wishes for my family and my growing family towards the end of the year here. But we're gonna end the mint really strong. Again, make sure you pick up some more Detonator Defenders before 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, 1 p.m. UTC, 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. UTC. That will be your last chance. So, all right, everybody, we're we're gonna finish strong. So, all right, good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.